This is Andy Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by KASH FAROOQ over Zoom. KASH, first and foremost, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Andy. I'm doing good. Just about to head into training. So, yeah, I'm good. How are you keeping anyway? All right?
Yeah, I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. Obviously, it's nice to be asked. Not many people ask me these days, but obviously appreciate that one.
No problem.
How have you found? Look, let's just obviously go back for these past 6 or 7 months. How have you found lockdown? How have you found trying to train, trying to stay fit? How has it all affected you?
It's been all right. At the beginning, it was quite annoying because you couldn't obviously go to the gym or nothing. There was nothing coming up. So, I'm just running, and that's all I was doing. Then, obviously, as things started to open up, open up, but, after a month or so, I started going back in the gym, started punching, and, I started sparring. So, it was been all right, but it was frustrating at the beginning because I was meant to fight, and that didn't come off. So, and that messed a few things up, obviously, for the year because I was scheduled to have 3 fights in this year, but obviously by looks of it, I might have been one or two.
How particularly frustrating is it that obviously you haven't had a chance to fight since the Lee McGregor loss? So I know you'd have
Yeah.
wanted to kind of get back to winning ways, and also the fact that you signed with Matchroom, so it was a chance for you to get onto another big show. How frustrating is it when you kind of factor in both of those aspects?
Yeah, it's been frustrating for me. It'll be 11 months by the time I box again. So you know, uh, um, obviously I want to get back to winning ways, and I'm just really looking forward to getting back and winning. Obviously I was meant to box in 4th of April in Newcastle. I think I was only 2 weeks out. The fight got called off, so and it was quite frustrating for me. And obviously, I didn't know when I was gonna box next, and especially obviously when it was pandemic really bad. I thought I wasn't gonna box this year, but I've been fortunate. I'm out. You know.
How was making weight? When you go back to kind of lockdown, fighters took it in different kind of fighters took it on in different ways. Some fighters went training full pelt. Others kind of took it easier.
Yeah.
Coming back into your first full camp, was it easy for you to get the weight back off, or was it a bit harder because you wasn't as on it as what you would have been if you had a date to work towards, over these 5 or 6 months?
Yeah. No, I was alright. I kept my running up. Because I didn't even take time off to the pandemic. Even I kept running at least 4 to 5 times a week. And obviously I had days when I was taking a couple of days off, like 3, 4 days. But when I started running, I started running again. Then I kept my weight low, and then obviously once I go when the gyms opened up, no up here, but once we had our own keys to the gym, we started taking over a couple of times in a week, and just took it from there until we got a date. Then obviously then we can just start, going full scale in the gym.
We haven't got an official opponent announcement yet for
Yeah,
yourself. I'm sure
yeah,
you've got a few names which you're kind of either considering, or one which might even be
yeah,
ready and signed, just waiting for the announcement. Can you let us
yeah.
in on kind of who we should expect to see you in with?
Now, to be honest, I'm not too sure at the moment. There has been a few names, but I'm not sure what it is. And I think my manager is meant to get back to me this week, but I should find out this week, to be honest. I should. So I'll leave that to me. I'm not too bothered who I box, to be honest. My mind's only to get the win. And that's it, and train hard.
What should we expect to see from yourself? Obviously, you mentioned it would be close to 11 months since you last fought. As we
Yeah,
said, first fight under Matchroom, which could bring its own pressures, potential, or most probably will be behind closed doors when we're kind of listening to the news every day.
yeah.
What should we expect to see from yourself though come October 17th, and how will those factors impact your own performance?
To be honest, I'm keeping myself fairly fit, so I don't see any ring. I've been sparring as well, so I'll be, you can expect a good performance again, and that's all I can really, to be honest, say, you're gonna find out on the night anyway, once I get in the ring. So yeah,
Are you eager to make a statement, knowing it has obviously been so long since you were back last in the ring?
yes, to be honest, you just don't want to just win. You want to obviously win in style and try to look good as well. So obviously catch the fans and people's eyes, and obviously they talk about you on the night. So that's my plan on the night, to get win, but to look good as well when I'm winning.
I obviously don't want to dwell on it for too much. It's the first time we've actually spoken, me and you personally,
Yeah.
ever. But going back to that Lee McGregor fight, it was You know, there was a lot of people who kind of had you winning, or certainly had you at least drawing. When you reflect
Yeah.
on how tough a defeat was that for you to take?
Yeah, I was, you know, I mean, I was, to be honest, I was really, really gutted, but, you know, in the past, I've moved on, you know, I mean, it's coming up for a year now. I think it'll be a year in November, so, you know, it is what it is. I've signed a contract match. I'm just looking forward to just moving ahead and winning and see what the future holds for me.
What were the initial plans Matchroom and Eddie laid out for yourself when you signed with Matchroom? How did you actually see your career progressing?
Obviously, yeah, we wanted to have many fights we can this year. Obviously, we had to get 3 fights out of this way this year, then, and obviously work towards getting a rematch with McGregor. That was a plan, and obviously that won't happen. Obviously, now anyway, depending when, obviously, yeah, I would ideally like that to happen in a crowd. I think that's a fight. You know, I mean, I think the fans deserve to see if it does happen. You know.
That's something I was going to ask you. You know, since the first fight, obviously in the coming week or so, there was talk about the rematch. You certainly put about on social media since then. Obviously, Lee's gone on to have his own fights, gone his own way. You obviously with Matchroom now. There doesn't seem to be as much noise about it. Realistically, do you think we will
Yeah.
see that? Certainly, say within the next 2 or 3 fights for the pair of you.
Yeah, if we keep winning, you know, what I mean, and if the fans are still interested, the fight obviously still can happen, you know. And obviously, if you know, what I mean, and that's it. You know, so if I keep winning, he keeps winning. It's, you know, what I mean, it's bound to happen. If he stays still the same way, which I know I will, but depending on him as well, the fight can happen again. You know, maybe next year. It's coronavirus. You know, we can see how.
The bantamweight division, certainly domestically, it was a good division to be in, but it's gotten even better now. You've seen the likes of Charlie Edwards move up there. He's fighting a bantamweight this coming weekend. Cal Foy's vacated, well, not vacated, he lost his super flyweight world title, but he'll be moving up himself to bantam. In Charlie's case, he's fighting Carl Williams, somebody you previously fought. Just to touch on that, what do you make of that fight this coming weekend as well?
A good fight, you know that, and I think obviously Charles is a more experienced fighter on the night. You know, he's boxed above level, but I wouldn't underestimate Cal Williams. He's bigger the weight. He's really strong. So you know, but you know, I've been with Cal Williams. He is really physically strong. He is bigger the weight. So you know, I don't really know, to be honest, how fight will go, to be honest. Because he is, I think Charles has gone from super flyweight to flyweight. I think now he's gone super flyweight to bantamweight.
He's come
So
from flyweight to bantamweight, so he's moved up 2 weights.
right. So it just depends on night, you know what I mean, how who turns up, and you know, and but Charlie has come to the world level, you know what I mean, which is obviously Cal Williams is gonna be the underdog going in this fight, you know, so be a good fight, you know.
Is that kind of a one factor that people should consider? The fact Charlie's moving up 2 weights to bantam.
No, to be honest, you know, it's skills. Obviously, skills pay the bills, you know, and you know, it's not about obviously always looking big. It's just obviously how skills are and being fit as well. It's not always about looking big at the weight. You know, obviously it's advantage, but you gotta be able to obviously box as well to win a fight. That's how you win, to be honest. So it's depending on the night how you perform.
A fellow Scot of yours who's also fighting this coming weekend, Josh Taylor, defending his world titles against Kong Song. What do you make of that fight?
I think I've seen a wee bit of the fire Kong Song. I think Josh Taylor's boxed a higher level. He should get him out there, to be honest. Within a few first half of the fight, to be honest. I think Josh Taylor should get him out because I know that boy's had a few stoppages, but I don't think so as Josh Taylor's level.
Is he
You
kind
know,
of
and
currently, is Josh for yourself and maybe certainly for other fighters from Scotland, is he the guy that you all look to emulate or look up to because of what he has achieved in the sport? Certainly in such a quick fashion as well.
no, I think he's leading the way in boxing at the moment in Scotland. So you know, he is obviously, we always want to obviously do what he's done, but he's done exceptionally well, which obviously even doing half what he's done is done great, you know. And but I think he will get the fight with Ramirez. I think that's the fight everyone wants to see.
That's something I was about to ask you. Provided we do see that fight following both of, well, in Josh's case, his next bout, what do you
Mm.
make of it, Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez?
I think you'd want to favour George Taylor in that fight. I've seen Ramirez's last fight; it wasn't the best performance, but styles makes fights, you know what I mean. And Ramirez might be a thing, you know what I mean. No, might be a bit thing difficult, but you never know. But Josh Taylor's getting better and better every fight. You know, he's not really stepped up for wrong as all his last few fights. You know, and our last few fights have been really difficult as well, especially against Rigaru. You know, which I really rated. You know, and Josh did win that fight, so I think Joe, you'd favour Josh in that fight.
Kash, I will leave that there now, and I will leave you to enjoy the rest of your day. Final word to yourself, though. Everybody who tunes in to watch our interview, what would you like to say to them?
I just require thanks for the support. You know, all my people have been following me and that, and I want to especially thank my sponsors. You know, and for me through pandemic, especially Port Security and you know, and Arnold Clark and you know, so hopefully I'm looking forward to boxing 7th October and hopefully put a good performance and move ahead. You know, in my career.
Kash, I appreciate your time. I will let you leave you now to go and train. Thank you
Right.
for speaking to
Thanks
Boxing
so much.
Social.
Thanks, Andy. Take care.
Bye.